Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
58 to Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the curl. 58, right over. Hey, zoom. Mike, 58, right there.
To throw, it's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of...
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Let's talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 9, Allen, he'll have a first down past the 40. And down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he whips that one incomplete there. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Allen's throw is complete. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's it. Big hit.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Allen to throw once more. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Connor Barwin coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Yo.
From the gun, it's Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Come on now. Let's go.
First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a 1st down.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Hey, watch the slant.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Complete. Smith has it. 14 yards. Good for a Packer 1st down.
Let's go.
But And this offense can get their tight ends involved. They can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Allen to throw it. And that's complete to McCaffrey. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
It's a gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
58, right over there.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mike. 53. Mike. I got him.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
53.
Operating from the gun, Allen. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Bailey got the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the end. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Littleton just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Darnold. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
McCaffrey following the penalty. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. He's got room to run past the 20. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 34 yards there and a 1st down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Allen to throw. Operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Boom, boom.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. A first down run by Barkley, unsuccessful, as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Darnold from the gun. He dumps it off to Barkley. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
get a completion.
You get a catch, but still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Come on, fellas.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mike.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Quinn picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Coming to you, coming to you.
To the air again, Darnold.
Hey, let's get this.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
53, check 53. Army.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Mike, 53, Mike.
Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. He'll get this one to his tight end. That's Jason Kroom. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From just shy of midfield, Darnold, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever...
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. That's to McCaffrey, complete. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
This is taken at about the 14. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, catch made by Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Darnold now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Watch the flag. Man, 80. Check 13. Check 13.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Check 50. Check 50.
And here we go on fourth. Darnold. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he'll go down at the 28. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Let's go, let's go. Round 80. Mike, number 53. Mike. I'm 52. You ain't going nowhere. Slam, slam, slam.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Packers, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
My name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't